Hi, team. I wanted to take some time to talk to you guys about diet, health, and exercise. I'm no expert, but I did lose about 100 pounds. This was during the pandemic, oddly enough, when a lot of people were gaining, I was losing. There was actually a lot that contributed towards my decision to do that. So I was just sick and tired of being, and I'm going to reference my notes here because I did put together some notes. I was tired of feeling, sick and worn out, fat, unattractive. Not that I was trying to attract anybody, but when you're socially ignored, right? Because you're overweight. It's a terrible feeling. So fat and unattractive. I had chronic back problems. Like just reaching out to lift something, you'd feel that little slip in your lower back, and then you'd be in pain for days. There were times where I could barely move. And, I'm getting older and I'm thinking, oh my God, what if I can't move? What if I can't? How am I going to earn a living if I'm bedridden? You go to some bad places when you have really, really severe back pain. I was also pre-diabetic. Diabetes doesn't really run in my family, but all the signs were there. And doctors had told me, hey, if you don't get it together, you could wind up with diabetes. And that's a bad thing. I'd always sort of prided myself, even when I was super out of shape, that my blood pressure was always rock solid. It was always 120/80, no matter what. When I was skinny, when I was big, at all the various points. But my blood pressure had started to creep up, and that was alarming me, because in a weird way, it was kind of part of my identity that, oh yeah, my blood pressure is this, and now it's starting to creep up. And I was under a huge amount of stress at the time. Figured I'd jump in here. Stress is a funny thing. I had a new boss at the time, and he was really difficult to deal with. So, in addition to loneliness, isolation, unrealistic expectations from a new guy who didn't understand the business, watching what had been a stellar career potentially stall because of somebody who was excessively difficult. These things pushed me into a very dark place. And at one point, I had worked for, my guess is I'd gone 3 to 4 days without any real sleep. Headquarters was in the U.S. I was based in Singapore, so of course they wanted to meet all night long, and of course I had emergencies all day long. And you can only pedal that fast for so long. And I had a health scare. This guy was shouting at me about something on a call, and that's the last thing I remember. I woke up in the Raffles Hospital emergency room. So that sent a unmistakable signal that I needed to make some changes.
To just lose weight, or do you want to have increased strength and flexibility as well? Hey, I want to look good naked.
If you're like me, you didn't get fat overnight. It sneaks up on you, like the passage of time. I mentioned that I'd lost most of my weight during the pandemic, and in some respects that actually made it easy because I was alone. I was separated from family and friends for many, many months. There was one time I didn't see Sherry Ann and the kids for 11 months. I spent that 11 months in a hotel in Singapore trying to figure out what the next move was. Then I came back. I was able to see Sherry Ann and the kids for like 3 months, and then I had to go again. And it was another 6 or 7 months before I was able to see them again, and that is so not cool. But, it certainly made it easy to diet because I didn't have to worry about people being around. So looking at the situation logically, I realize that weight loss is simply a matter of energy spent versus energy consumed. It really is all about counting the calories, no matter what anybody tells you. So I went on this crash diet. I didn't care about the health risks. Frankly, I was miserable and lonely, right? So how much worse could it get? You would see these signs on the exercise machines if you feel faintness or shortness of breath or any of that kind of stuff. But I always looked at those signs and I thought, okay, that's a sign that I'm doing it right. I'm not offering medical advice in this video, but sometimes you have to choose to get it done. So in order to sort of change my stars, I had to apply myself. And I asked myself, think back, what version of Arthur do I want to be? 20 years ago, I was in shape. I was doing startups. I had all kinds of cool stuff going on. That was the version of myself that I was happiest with, and I needed to change to get there, to be a better husband, to be a fit husband, to be a better father. I needed to take that all seriously. Day after day, I would look in the mirror alone in this hotel and ask myself, what trajectory am I plotting for my life? Do I stay on the current self-destructive course, or do I start exercising? Could I start exercising? I was 270 pounds. So what would that do to my joints? How do I plan? How do I plan to get back to that best version of myself? Okay, I've got two pictures here that I want to show you. Let me get that there. Okay, so picture on the left, that's probably me at maybe not quite my heaviest, but pretty damn heavy. So that's the before picture. And the picture on the right, the probably happier guy, that's me at about 180 pounds. I'm at about 191 now, so I got to lose 10 pounds. But so this is where I ended up. I would say the whole process took about 8 months, which, again, very aggressive. And I continued to do the spreadsheet because, the spreadsheet keeps me honest. If I continue to do that, then hopefully I will never wind up back here on the left. I should probably go into some detail about the spreadsheet because it's been an indispensable tool. So the first thing you'll notice is that the title of this thing is called the AFT Food Awareness Project. This is my spreadsheet for 2024. I have one for 20, 21, 22, and 23. Or maybe 21. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is the fourth. Anyway, it's food awareness because I don't like to necessarily think of this as a diet. I'm trying to think of it as a energy management type problem. So that's all we measure here actually is energy. So however many steps we take and whatever our current weight is and what we eat. So expressed in calories. So what we have here is this is a spreadsheet of all the things that I tend to eat. So like Arby's beef and cheddar wrap, or some M&Ms, or the different types of breads that I like. And whenever I run into something that isn't on the spreadsheet, I find an empty column, I copy it, I put the data in, and over the last, let's say, 3 years or so, I'm up to a good 528 items that represent sort of most of what I would eat on any given day. There's a lot of Singaporean stuff in here too, because I lived in Singapore for a while. Probably won't be using those entries, but anyway. So if I had, and then I have these tabs busted out. So this is week 1. So Happy New Year. This is January 1st. And on January 1st, I consumed 931 calories. Of that, 39 grams were carbs. I walked 9,000 steps. So the final modified total is 525 calories for that day. So you can see during this week, my average number of calories per day is 859. My adjusted calories per day is 582, which is roughly a little bit over a quarter what the USDA recommends. Now, I find that I only really need about 13 to 1400 calories a day to maintain, because I work at a desk. I do Zoom calls. I do a lot of email and all of that. My work life is pretty sedentary. I'm not out doing construction. I'm not doing physical labor. So I don't actually burn that many calories. And it's important for you to figure out how many calories you burn, because maybe, like for me, 400 is too little. I'm lightheaded and can't focus, but in the 700 to 900 range, I'm pretty good. All right, so the template is what I copy every week. I've got a couple of tabs in here to just make things easier. So for example, you'll see holiday meals, prepared meals, salad builder, and sandwich builder. So sometimes it's easier, like here, if I make a roast beef sandwich, I get 2 slices of keto bread, 42 grams of roast beef, some a slice of Kraft cheese, some Miracle Whip, and that produces a sandwich that is 151 calories and 2 carbs. So in the spreadsheet here, it's very easy to just, pop that in. So if I had a sandwich on this day, I'd go like that, and yeah, it'd be good. So all right. So week 1 was a good week. Week 2, on the other hand, not so awesome. You can see Monday I was doing okay, but Tuesday and Wednesday I had meetings at the office. And they took us out to dinner. They ordered lunch. After a while, I just stopped trying to keep track because it didn't make any sense. So I just, 2,000 calories and 150 carbs, and that sucked. And you can actually see the weight difference. I started out here at 88.9 kilograms, and as of this point in time, I was 86.4. So I'd lost almost 9 pounds. I'm sorry. Some poundage. It's still hard for me to convert it in my head. And you can see here, I go from 86.4 to 87 to 87.6. And then FOW, this is just fell off the wagon, to this morning where I weighed in at 89.7. So, yeah, I'm getting really close to reversing all the gain of that first week just because I screwed up so badly in the second week. But I find that that generally, if I stay in the green for a week, I will lose 3 to 4 pounds. And over a month, or let's say 6 weeks, it's very easy to lose 10 to 20 pounds. It's not that difficult, but you do have to track what you eat. I also track how many steps I take, and that's an important modifier. I use a smartwatch, and that goes to an app on my phone that keeps track of health bits. I won't make any specific recommendation. They all do the same thing. My gear is Huawei because I used to live within the range of China, so we use Huawei gear over there. Here you might use maybe a Samsung phone and a Samsung watch, or an iPhone and I don't know, an iWatch, whatever it's called. These are very easy tools. So tomorrow morning, I'll probably wake up and I'll take a hot dog or something and wrap it in a slice of keto bread. So to do that, I'd find my slice of keto bread. This is actually 2 slices, 70 calories. So if I have 1 slice, 35 calories. And then I like these Hebrew National fat-free hot dogs. Pop one of those in. I'm at 35. Oh yeah, it's my vision. Okay, so I put in my slice of bread. I put in my Hebrew National fat-free hot dog, and you can see I'm up to 80 calories. Now, let's say I had a pretty busy morning and I already have 2,000 steps in. Then you can see I'm at negative 10 calories. So, as my day progresses, I'll put what I eat into the spreadsheet. So if I have lunch, if I make a sandwich, whatever, I'll pop that in. Only takes a few minutes. And occasionally I'll check my watch to see how many steps I'm at, and I'll add that. So let's say I'm at 4,000 steps. If I haven't had anything else to eat, I'm running a negative 100 calorie deficit. Anyway, you manage this for long enough. If you can do it for 2 months, you will lose 30 pounds. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. You cannot do this and keep the numbers. And by the way, I consider any reasonable number to be less than 1,000 calories a day. You generally want to keep the carbs to less than 50. A lot of people might describe this as a keto diet. I don't necessarily think of it as strictly keto because I'm not looking at the fats. I'm not looking at, any of the details. It's simply energy in and energy out. If I'm feeling peckish, if I start to cramp, then I'll take vitamin supplements, which are also accounted for in the spreadsheet. My favorite is gummies. And if you look up, there's the stress gummies. Where's the other gummies? Airborne Alive Hydroxycut, which is a good sort of diet vitamin gummy that you can take. Gummy vitamins, Equate gummies. Anyway, which are all surprisingly high in carbs because they have a lot of sugar. So anyway, that's how you use the spreadsheet. When a new week rolls by, you go here. You say, I want to copy this. Create a copy. Move that over here. And then this becomes week 3. This will be the 3rd week of the year. So tomorrow's Sunday. On Monday, that'll be the 16th. Oh no, that'll be the 15th. There you go. Oops. 15 January. So that's how you use a spreadsheet. It's easy to make. If you're interested in this, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and I will get this put up. But my message to you is that if you're feeling overweight, if you're not happy with yourself physically, you can change it. You can do it. It really just takes dedication. Don't fall for diet programs. Don't fall for lots of advice. You'll figure out your own tolerance. Own tolerances. Don't kill yourself, but There's a lot of fad diets out there. I've tried them all, but it really just boils down to energy in, energy out, and discipline. So I wish you luck on your weight loss journey. Team Tide, we don't generally do videos like this, but if it helps somebody get it together and at least enjoy the benefits the health benefits that I've experienced. My blood pressure is normal. My back hasn't given me problems in since I've lost the weight. I'm no longer pre-diabetic. I have plenty of energy. I have more energy than Jupiter. Like, I can walk around Disney all day. I can do 25,000 steps and I'm good. No more between the legs rash. Let me tell you, the benefits of just moderately getting in shape are worth it. I think I'm a better husband. Yeah, doing a lot of things better now. So, again, good luck on your journey. If you've got any questions, happy to answer them. Just put them in the comments, and I'll do what I can do. I do post some things to Reddit. There's a keto forum that I participate in. Low carb has made a difference. It does work. Some people have asked me about supplements. You should probably take supplements. I did. My nails were getting like when I first started the diet, I was getting brittle nails, and my hair wasn't falling out or anything like that. But I did notice it. And again, these are tolerances that you'll figure out. So that said, thank you. If you like content like this, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, comment. I'd really like to know what you're interested in. Have an awesome weekend. Thank you.